welcome to my channel. This is Stephanie from glitzzygem. Thank you for watching. For those who are new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Also give my video a thumbs up because it helps out my channel. In today's video, we're going to go ahead and do a Wacky Eyeshadow Wednesday. Yes. So today's palette I'll be using for the first time. I've had it for a little while. It's not a new palette. It's a palette that we've had in the past. And I never wore it because I was so intimidated by this one shade that's in this palette. So this is a palette that I'm talking about. The Natasha Denona Jubilee Palette. I was telling Susan, you know, because she had asked, you know, she had mentioned that she wanted to try either this one or the Cupid Natasha Denona palette. I have both, but I told her that this is kind of more of like out of my comfort zone, so I wanted to, you know, try a look using this eyeshadow palette. So I wanted to swatch the colors because I wanted to get an idea of a look that I want to create. I'll probably do one eye off camera and then the other one on camera, just to kind of give me an idea of what kind of look to create with this palette here. I mean, it looks simple, right, to some, but to me, this is what intimidates me, this dark color here, because I don't know if it's a dark blue or if it's a black. So let's go ahead and do a little swatching thing here. Okay, so let's swatch this shade here. I believe this shade is called Vintage Taupe. I'm going to swatch it here. And I'm just going to swatch it. And I'll get it up close to you guys so you can see it. This one is called Intense. Wow. The form, okay. Me touching these two mattes was really soft. They felt soft, creamy, almost like a creamy soft texture. And then look at the swatches. They look like they just glided on real smooth and they just glided on there real smooth. Okay, so let's see the third one. This one is more like a shimmer or a satin matte shimmer. And let me see how this looks. Okay, this is a beautiful color. It's a beautiful color. Okay, so the next one is this one that intimidates me so much. It is a blue. I was afraid it was going to be a blue, but it is a blue. Okay, so the yellow one is called the Limoncello. And this blue is called Enigma. And then there's one more shade, which is called Mint Frost. Mint Frost. I'll put it right in between Limoncello and that other one. Well, I didn't grab a good swatch, so let me try that again. Put in between these two. See what I come up with. Do you see that swatch right there, right in between Limoncello and Enigma? Let me do it by itself on the side. This is a shimmer. So I'm gonna try it on this side. There it is. This is very lightly pigmented, so you're not getting too much of a pigment there. Alright, so now that we swatched this, I'm going to go ahead and come off camera and I'm going to go ahead and create a look, come back on, and we'll see what look I created with this look. What look I created with this palette, okay? I'll be right back. Well, here I am, I'm back. I went ahead and I put some eyebrows on, and this is the side that I went ahead and I created a look with. Okay, so before I get started on the other side, I did want to say something about this palette, okay? I'm glad Susan had mentioned this palette to me for us to try it out. This one and the Cupid one. I think I want to try all our Natasha Denona palettes because I have the other one as well, the first one, the Peak palette, and I haven't used it yet. And so I haven't really given y'all my personal review on this eyeshadow palette. The swatches came out okay. They came out good, right? The swatches came out good, but the application performance of this palette wasn't all that good. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is how the eye look turned out on this side. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the other side. So first off, I wanted to go ahead and start it. I started it off with the Vintage Taupe shade, and I used that I started off just wanting to use it in my crease just to see how it turned out. I'm trying to look for my nice crown fluffy brush, because that's the kind of brush I like to gravitate towards, but I just can't seem to find it. Hold on. I found it. Okay, so this is my crown brush. This is my fluffy blending brush. So I'm going to go ahead and use this taupe shade, and I'm going to go ahead and use it for my, and there is fallout in the mattes. I do gotta say that I like the way the mattes perform than the shimmers. Okay, this blue, the Enigma, the mint frost, and the limoncello are shimmers, and I did not like the way they performed. Now the mattes performed great. They performed really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this shade all over my crease, just setting a foundation for the eye color that I'm going to create. Even though I like the way these mattes, you know, go on my eyelid, they do have some fallout, which that doesn't bother me at all. I'm not sure if anyone likes to have fallout in their eyeshadow pans or not, but I'm not one to, to complain when there's fallout. Okay, so see, the color is coming out really good. I can see the color building up. So after using that shade, I went ahead and I used the pink shade here, or the melon shade here, which is called Intense. I went ahead and I used it also as in my transition, just right here, crease transition, and just blended it out. Blended it out as much as I can on my lid, usually like in the crease area here. Okay, then I went ahead and I used the same brush, which I know probably you shouldn't have used the same brush, but it's okay. It's gonna do the same purpose as any other brush that I was gonna use. So this brush here, I went ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and go over my lid with it using the taupe shade. I'm going back with the taupe shade, and I'm going over the lid, and I'm going above the Intense, the melon shade as well, just kind of blending the two colors together. Then I went back with the Intense shade as well, and I started building that as well. Like I said, start, creating a foundation for my eyeshadow, for my eye look. I love the way these masks perform. Can't stress that enough. I do like the way they perform. And I'm surprised because I thought Natasha Denona's palettes were going to be of good quality, but they're not performing. I'm not sure if it's because I got this in a boxy charm, so I'm not sure if because maybe the formula is different, because I didn't actually get this off the actual, like I didn't get it off of Sephora, I didn't get it from the Natasha Denona website, so I'm not sure if there's a difference in formula or not, in the ingredients, and I'm not going to look for any differences in the ingredients, of the pigmentations and the, the eyeshadows themselves, if there's any difference in the formula. I'm not going to do that. So I'm just going to go ahead and just let you know my opinion of this eyeshadow palette that I bought from my my boxy charm. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and now I got this side done the way I wanted it. I'll blend it out. I love these crown brushes though. I do love these crown brushes from boxy charm box crown brushes. And if y'all don't have any of these, y'all should invest in one of these, because these have lasted me a long time, and I love the way they're real soft. I like the way they perform. And then this is another crown brush that I love also as well. This is the eyeliner or the more flatter liner brush. So this is what I used with the shade Enigma, which is the blue, dark blue shade there. I went ahead and used that for my bottom waterline, bottom lash line, because I just wanted to see how this would have looked on the bottom lash line. I just wanted to see how it looked, because I was thinking if I can use this like on my lid, you know, as a shade, I would, but I wanted to see how it looked. And it's a nice blue. To be honest, I think this shade of blue is one of my favorite shades of blue than any other blue. This is one of my favorite shades of blue. Dark blues, you know, than any other shade of blue. Like the regular blues, those do not flatter my skin tone. But this Enigma blue, I love the way this Enigma blue does flatter my skin tone. So after that, I said, okay, not too bad, right? Not too shabby. So I did like the way it performed as a liner, as a lash line color. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead and use a smaller brush here, and you know, smaller, you know, brush, fluffy brush. And I'm gonna go ahead and use the shade Enigma, the blue one. Like, let me try it in my, you know, my outer corner, because you know me, if you watch me on a regular basis, I love to have my outer corner to have more of a bold look than in my, you know, I like to do halo eye. I like to do cut creases. I like to do smoky eye. So I went ahead and I said, okay, let me try it on the outside of my lid, on the outer corner of my lids, you know, apply that there and just work with it and just see, you know, if I like it or not. So I started blending it in with, you know, with my crease on the outer corner and on the outer lids here, outer lid and the crease, just kind of working with it, you know, blending it in. So the reason why I did this is because the mint frost shade, I realized was not giving me pigment. So I said I'm gonna have to use that like on the lid or as an inner corner highlight, because it's not giving me that much pigment. So I wasn't gonna use it for anything else, like as an outer corner shade or something I would use in the outer corner. So I went ahead, and the Enigma wasn't so bad. This Enigma shade wasn't so bad. It did start off patchy on my right eye here, the one I started off using it. It did start off patchy. So I noticed that. I was like, why is it coming off kind of patchy? Like it was kind of like the pigment didn't want to like stick on, or wasn't giving me this much pigment as it is now. It wasn't giving me pigment. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I wasn't putting enough product on the brush or whatever the case may be. It just wasn't performing the way I wanted it to. But now it's okay. I guess it's just, you know, it comes and goes, I guess. So the next shade I went ahead and I said, okay, so I got the Enigma shade in there. I said, I'm going to go ahead and use the limoncello color. And I'm going to use, well, I don't have it on right now. Right now I'm just blending in the blue Enigma shade. Just blending it in together with the rest of my shadow, right? So I'm just, you know, setting the foundation, like I said, to put the other colors in place. So, okay, I feel like I blended this out enough. All right. So what I did next, I went ahead and I used the limoncello, you know, shade, and I used it right next to the blue, because I was like, okay, I like the way the limoncello came out. It gave me more pigment than the mint frost, right? So I went ahead and I did that. And as I was applying the limoncello, it started to look like the mint frost. So I was like, okay, this is not what I expected. You know, I expected it to be yellow, right? So I just continued on brushing. I just continued on putting on the limoncello shade on, and just getting it closer towards the inner of my eye, the inner parts of my eye. Just getting it closer and closer towards like the center. And I was like, okay, this is not performing how I wanted it to. So I kept packing it on, packing on the limoncello, just putting it like right in the center and just packing it on like this. Okay, maybe I'll get some yellow pigment here. And I'm like, nope, nothing there. I was like, okay, let me try using the mint frost, right? Let me try the mint frost. I had a hard time, you know, with limoncello. Well, I had more harder time with the mint frost trying to pick a pigment than the limoncello. I don't know why, but the mint frost, for some reason, it almost looks like it's kind of icy, like almost like it's a little iced over in the pan. I'm not sure what the reason that is. I guess it could be formulation, but it looks like it's like a little stiff. So I said, okay, let me try this mint frost in my inner corner and see how that goes with my brush, right? And nothing. I wasn't getting any pigment. Okay, so I just kept on just brushing it in, brushing whatever I did have from that mint frost in, which is hardly anything, and just started going towards the center of the eye, like going towards the limoncello. And I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and use my finger and put the mint frost on. So I went ahead and I used my finger and I used the mint frost, and I felt like I got more better pigmentation with my finger with the shade. And I started using it for where I had the limoncello on the outer, you know, close to the outer corner of my eye. So I started dabbing it there next to the blue Enigma shade. I thought, okay, well, looks like it's performing a little better as far as color story wise goes, as far as the cohesiveness of the color story. You know, on my eye look, I feel like this shade would have been a better choice for using it next to this blue shade, right? So I started doing that, and I was like, and I'll just use the limoncello for the inner corner, you know, get some yellow in the inner corner. So I did that. All right, so first what I did is I went ahead and I said, okay, let me just give myself the inner corner highlight with the limoncello, just to see how it looks, okay? Because I was like, I still want to continue on with the mint frost, but I want to see how this limoncello performs first. See how that performs. It also performed mediocre as the mint frost, but as you can tell, this is not iced over as this one is. You can see this one's a little iced over, and this one doesn't look like it's iced over. So this one performed a little better. I'm like, okay, I feel like this would be a good inner corner shade for my lid. So I went ahead and just started using this brush, this pencil brush. This is my Crown pencil brush. All these brushes that I'm using right now are from Crown, the Crown brand that I got in my BoxyCharm box a while ago. So, and I just started popping it in there, and with the eye color, and in my inner corner highlight, and also did it on my eyebrow bone. So I gave myself some eyebrow bone highlight. Okay, so okay, so I guess I was like, I was done using the limoncello. I'm done with using the mint frost. We got it to where we want it to be. And so I decided that I want to go ahead and put more of the Enigma shade to darken the outer corner just a little bit more. Just a wee bit more, because I feel like the color was already, you know, was kind of like fading in with my shimmer shades. So I went ahead and just gave myself a little wee bit more on this Enigma blue shade. So overall, just the shimmers were the ones that kind of like gave me the hardest time. So now I'm going to go back in with my intense shade, which is this melon colored shade. And I'm going to go ahead and use that in the crease. And just blend it out as my transition shade. And get rid of any harsh lines that I may have. Okay, so then I went ahead and I used the taupe shade. Also, this one blending out any harsh lines. And I feel like this taupe shade kind of evened out the tone with the intense shade and the blue enigma shade. It kind of toned it down, or toned it to where it did get rid of some of the harsh lines in here. So here we go. Okay. Wow. All right. So I believe that is it. The rest was more mascara and eyeliner. I didn't use any eyeliner on the top lash line. I felt like this would have been a more natural look to use. And again, I am seeing this side where the blue is Enigma losing color, so I'm going to go ahead and put more just on the outer corner, just to give me a little darker, just get a little darker than what I have it now. You just kind of have like that, not intuition, but you kind of have to have that kind of instinct, to know, if you need to add more color to your look, or you have to have that instinct. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to have that instinct to know whether, like I said, to use less color, more color. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go back in, because I think I might have found my eyebrow bone using the taupe shade just to soften the color up. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back with my limoncello shade. All right, so I went ahead and I put more limoncello on the eyebrow area, and then I just went ahead and I just finished my look, with the eyeliner and the mascara. So this is how it's looking now. So there you have it. There you have a look using my Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette. Let me know if you want me to create another look with this palette in my next Wacky Eyeshadow Wednesday. And I'll create another look, maybe a less smokier eye. Maybe I can use the blue on the lid. Maybe I can use the blue shade on the lid and create a more, softer on the crease. I'll just think of another look to create. Just let me know if you want me to see me do another look with this Natasha Denona palette. Right, leave your comments down below and let me know, and I really would appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to watch my friend Susan from Susan Just Making It. She has another she has a video for y'all to watch also using the same palette, the Jubilee Natasha Denona palette. So I'm excited to see what look she's created with it. I'm pretty sure her look will turn out really pretty. Just, you know, she doesn't give herself credit than what she doesn't give herself more credit than what she should. So yeah, so let's go send some support and love over to her channel, and see you in my next Wacky Eyeshadow Wednesday. Love you all. If you have any teenagers who are interested in, you know, who are starting off, you know, trying makeup on, starting off with makeup, this is a really nice palette, really nice look to for beginners. So I do suggest that if you do have teenagers in the room or in your household that are into makeup, you know, come watch my channel, come watch this video so that they can get an overall idea of color, you know, for eyeshadow. But anyways, all right, enough of me rambling on. I'll talk to you later, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.